gonna do another declutter today, and today we're gonna do kind of a random declutter. We're gonna do everything I have in here, which is brow products, eyeliners, and mascaras. I've needed to go through this and get rid of some things for a long time. I'm the worst at getting rid of mascaras, even when they're old and need to be thrown away. So that's what we're going to do today. I probably won't get rid of too many things, but there's definitely a few things in here that need to go. And I think, depending on how long this is, I'll probably do my powders after this as well. So let's go ahead and get started with some brow products. The first one is the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix. This is just a clear brow gel, and it's a really good one. It's not sticky at all. That's the main thing I would say about this one. The wand is very basic, nothing crazy, just a really great clear brow gel. I like this a lot. I personally don't think you need to spend a ton of money on brow gel, but I did buy this when I bought a Charlotte Tilbury eyebrow pencil a few months ago, and I do want to keep it. So that one is definite keep. Then I have this little mini Benefit Gimme Brow, and this is old. The number or the shade is kind of rubbed off. I think this is shade number 3, but this honestly just needs to be thrown away. I mean, I don't know how old this is, but it's very old, and I never use this anymore. I used to use it years ago. Now I don't really use brow gels like this that much anymore. I use e.l.f. Wow Brow if I do, or I use a brow wax or something. So this, I think I am going to go ahead and pass on, or actually just throw it away because it's really old. Then we have the Refi Beauty Brow Sculpt, I think is what this is called. So this is their brow gel. So it's kind of like, it's more like a brow wax really, with a wand. I like this, but it's not my favorite, mainly because it's very white, and you can kind of continue to rub it through your brows and get the white cast to go away, but sometimes it still looks white, and it's kind of hard to disguise that in your eyebrows. So that I don't love, and I also don't really love this packaging. So you get this spoolie on this side, so you get like a little brush over here, and then these little kind of like teeth over here to use. But what's kind of hard about this is if you try to just unscrew the base to get to the product, sometimes it doesn't unscrew and the cap just comes off. It's just kind of hard to use in terms of packaging. So I don't know that I would buy this again, but I do want to keep it and use it up. Next is the Patrick Ta Brow Lamination Gel. So this one, obviously I love Patrick Ta, so this is a definite keep. I will say I definitely prefer his brow wax over this, but I do like this. I really like the brush. It's just like a tiny little, almost looks like a hairbrush. But I really like this. It reminds me of the NYX brow glue that I've been using. It gives that pretty strong hold in your brows, but you can't really brush through them after you use this. So that's one thing I always like to mention, but this is obviously a definite keep. Next we have this little brow gel from Milk. This is the Kush Fiber Brow Gel. So this is kind of similar to Benefit Gimme Brow. This one is the shade Dutch. Yeah. So I'm kind of torn about this because I was gonna see if I could get a little bit of the color off to show you. Sometimes when I put this in my brows, it looks kind of gray. I think it's just because this brown is really cool toned, and I actually like more of an ashy tone in my brows, but when I use this, I don't particularly love how my brows look, but it's also not super old, so I'm kind of torn about this. I'm thinking I'm gonna get rid of this. I just don't feel like I'm gonna use this over my other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. Then we have two more brow gels, and these I like both of them. They kind of remind me of each other. So we have the Ilia, what is this called? Essential Brow Natural Volumizing Brow Gel, and then we have the Merit, I think it's Volumizing Pomade, yeah. So that's it there. The wands on these kind of remind me of each other. I have the brunette color in, or brown I think is what it's called, in the Merit one. This is really good. It's just a tinted brow gel. I don't think it adds much in terms of fullness to your brows, but I do like the color on this when I do want to use something just really quickly in my brows, so I do want to keep that. And then the Ilia is the shade medium brown. I guess the wands aren't that similar. I was thinking that they were. The Ilia one is a much shorter little wand, and it has these longer bristles on one side, which those kind of help really brush your brows up, which I do like. So those are two things I do want to keep. Okay, then we have some more brow things. So this is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I love this. This is definitely my brow gel of choice. If I'm going to use like a brow gel and that's it in my brows, I like this one the best. This one is the shade Neutral Brown, and it's so good. It's like $5 or $6 and it's great from the drugstore. I love e.l.f. So that is a definite keep. Next we'll move on to some brow pencils. So again from e.l.f. we have the Instant Lift brow pencil. So you get a spoolie on one side and pencil on the other. This one thing is the tip of it is a little bit larger than your typical brow pencil. So this would be if you want to fill in your brows quickly, but you don't really want to do those hair strokes, because the tip of this is just a little bit large for that. But this is $3, and again, so good, definite keep. Here's one that I love, but it's so expensive. It's the Dior Show Brow Styler, and this one is actually a twist up, so you just twist it up. And this one I like because the point on it is so tiny and fine. It's really easy to use. But this is so expensive, and I don't know. Sometimes I don't mind spending more on brow products depending on what we're talking about, but I would honestly probably spend more on a brow wax more so than a brow pencil. But this one is good. I will definitely use it up. I use the shade Universal Brown in this, and I really like it. So definitely will keep this one. Then we have the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Pen, and this one is the shade Lingering. So this was my very first brow pen that I ever had, and I do like it. I do think that's the color right there. The color is really good for me. I do think the tip of this is kind of difficult to use. Sometimes some of the hairs kind of flare out a little bit and it kind of makes it bleed, which I don't love. And this also, I feel like, comes out unevenly a lot of the times, which I guess that's kind of common in brow pens, but I don't think I would buy this again because I recently got the Lift and Snatch from NYX and I love that one. This one also has this end, which I've never really been sure what you're supposed to do with this. I think this is just powder to use on your brows, but I don't know. It's never been super easy to use, but I do like the color, and I'm almost out of this anyway, so I am going to keep this, but I do like my NYX Lift and Snatch a little bit better. Okay, this one I'm definitely going to get rid of. This is the Colourpop Brow Boss pencil in light brown. Every time I use this, I don't know, I don't love it. It honestly is waxy to the point where it's like hard to use. That's it there. I like a waxier pencil, but with this one, I feel like I have to press down so hard that it ends up looking really unnatural because I had to press so hard. I don't know. This is not my favorite. I've had it for a long time anyway, so it's very old. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. And then the one I'm the most torn about is this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift pencil. This is the pencil I bought when I bought that clear brow gel. And I got the shade Soft Brown, and I shouldn't have. So this one has an angled tip like this. And I like this pencil okay, but this color for me just really does not work, you guys. I have to press so hard to get just a little bit of color. So that's it there. But I mean, you have to really bear down on this. And it makes me not want to use it because it's just, it's so hard to use. But I mean, I have so much product left in here. I'm going to keep it because it was too expensive. I'll have to find a way to use this somehow. But I don't think I would buy this again. I also have discovered I don't love the angled tip for my brows. I like something a little bit smaller or a brow pen. But I am going to keep this for now. Almost done, just a few more brow things. We have the Colourpop Feather Effect Styling Brow Wax in the shade Clear. Obviously a definite keep. Y'all know how I feel about my brow waxes. I am dying to try the new e.l.f. brow wax that looks like this. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm going to. It's only like $5 or $6, but definite keep. As well as this one. I mean, do I even really need to say anything? I don't think so. The shaping wax from Patrick Ta in the tinted shade. I already used up my clear one, and you can see this is very well loved and obviously a definite keep. And then, okay, one more brow product is this, and this was honestly kind of a dumb purchase on my part. I don't really know what I was thinking with this. This is by Bobbi Brown, and it's the brow kit in the shade Light 01. And in here we have other eyeshadows. So Cement is one color and Birch is the other color. So I guess you use this to fill in your brows. This is too light for me. I don't know why I bought the shade Light in this. So I am not going to use this, but my grandmother, who is 80, I think this would work for her. So I might ask her if she wants this. I don't know that she would use brow powder, but I am going to go ahead and pass this on and see if she would want to use this. But yeah, I don't know why I bought the shade Light. I bought this at the CCO, the cosmetics company store. I tend to lose my mind and not think clearly when I go in there, and that's what I did here. So I am going to pass this one on. All right, so that's it for brows. I was also going to say too, a lot of people ask about this organizer, and it's actually from IKEA. I think it's supposed to be used for kitchen utensils because I got it in the kitchen section, but it was really cheap. I forget how much it was, but it was not much at all. I don't know if you can still get them, but I've seen similar ones at TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods, places like that. But I'll look online and see if I can find it. If I can, I will link it below. So let's move on to mascaras. Now I have a few mascaras in here that I do not know how long they've been open, but I know they've been in here for way too long. So we need to go through these. This is a newer one and one of my favorites. CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume in the shade Brown. This has been probably my favorite drugstore mascara of the year. And this one is just in a true chocolate brown, which I really like for everyday makeup. And this tube is fairly new. So that is a keep. Next is this one from Revlon. This is the So Fierce Big Bad Lash Mascara. Honestly, not a huge fan of this. When I use this, it's pretty clumpy on me. The brush is pretty large. The bristles on it are pretty long. Kind of reminds me of like Too Faced Better Than Sex or What is the other one? Has a similar brush to this, Lash Paradise maybe, from L'Oreal. This is not bad, but it definitely does have a tendency to get kind of clumpy. Why is this so hard? I feel like this one is not super old. I should probably keep it just to have a drugstore option open beside the CoverGirl. So I'll keep it, but it's definitely not my favorite. Okay, this one I love, but this has been open for months and months and months and months and months. It's the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Yeah, this one is super dry, I can already tell. I love this one though. This is the one with the really flexible brush, and I do really like this. I would buy it again, but this one is old. So that one needs to go as I just knock everything off the table. Okay, this one I really like, Maybelline Lash Stiletto. This brush, let me show it to you. It's kind of a longer brush, and it's a little bit wider at the base, and it gets a little skinnier towards the top. This one I like, and this is not super old. So this one I'm gonna keep. I kind of forgot I had this actually. My mom actually gave this to me. I think she's the one that told me she saw an article, and this was, oh gosh, now I can't remember her name. Cindy Crawford, I think. This was her favorite mascara or something, and she bought it, and she didn't love it, so she gave it to me. But I actually really like it, so I'm gonna keep that one. Next is Milani, the highly rated mascara. This is old and it needs to be thrown away, but this mascara is okay. It's not my favorite. Definitely a little bit of a thicker formula, so it tends to get kind of clumpy. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a big clump of the mascara right there, and it gets kind of clumpy on the brush as well. This one's been open for a long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. Next is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara, and okay, I like this, but you guys, this mascara transfers really bad on me. This is what it looks like. I bought this because I was hoping it would be like my e.l.f. Keep Your Curl mascara that I loved, and sadly they discontinued it. And it does look good, but throughout the day it smudges on the top of my eyes. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go because I do not like that. I do not like smudging. I don't like to look in the mirror 2 or 3 hours later and have mascara up under my eyebrows. I don't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. And the last drugstore one. So this is CoverGirl Lash Blast Lash and Brow Serum, and I think I need to move this somewhere else, maybe down to my bathroom, because every time I see this I always think it's a primer for my mascara, but it's not. It's like a serum for your lashes and your brows, and I've used it here and there, but not very much. And I don't think it's that old, so I think I will keep this. I'm just gonna go put it in my bathroom or something. Let me know if you've tried this really for your brows, because I already have lash serum that I really like, but I would love to have a brow serum. So I think I'm gonna put this in my bathroom. All right, so those were the drugstore mascaras. Now we'll move on to my high-end ones that I have open. This is MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash. I only use this for my bottom lashes, and sometimes lately I haven't even been using bottom lash mascara, but this one is perfect because it's so tiny and really skinny, so you can really get in there to your bottom lashes. This one is not old, so this I do want to keep. Then we have the Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara. This was the mascara I love so much before I tried the Rare Beauty one. It has a pretty big kind of hourglass shaped wand, but guys, this does transfer a little bit. I didn't really notice it the first few times I used it, but then I started noticing more and more that it was kind of transferring, which I don't love, but I really like how it looks when I use it. feel like I could get a few more uses out of this mini, so I am going to keep it, but I will say I do like the Rare Beauty mascara better than this. Next is from Benefit. It's the Bad Gal Bang mascara. This one I really like, and this is a pretty new tube. This one kind of reminds me of the Maybelline Sky High. The brush is almost identical. The effect is also kind of identical. It's definitely more for length, I would say, than for volume, but I do like this, and this is pretty new, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay. Next, I don't know why I have two of these open, but I do. Also from Benefit, it's the Roller Lash. So this used to be my favorite mascara of all time. So this one has more of a curved wand, which I love. I loved that I loved the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl because it was an exact dupe of this mascara. And I do want to keep these. I feel like one of these has to be pretty old. Okay, they both seem okay. They don't look or feel super gloopy when I open them, so I'm going to keep them for now because I love this too much to get rid of it. I have got to use these up. I have got to stop opening mascaras and then not using them up. It's driving me nuts, but I'm going to keep these for now. Then we have from Lancome, this is the Lash Idol, I almost said concealer mascara. This I love, 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 but this is old. This needs to be thrown away because I've had this for, I don't even know, but it's been a long time. This is really, really good. I like this a lot. It's pretty pricey though, but it has that curved wand, kind of similar to Roller Lash, but I will say this one gives a little more volume than Roller Lash. I would say it gives length and volume, where Roller Lash is mainly length in my opinion, but I like this, but I am gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Ooh, okay, one of the best mascaras ever that no one talks about is Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye Mascara. It doesn't look like anything spectacular when you look at the brush. I mean, it looks very, very basic, but this is great. This gives so much volume. It does not clump easily. It separates your lashes. I don't notice transfer with this. And I mean, this is just a really good one. I got lucky and found this in a double pack at Marshall's a few months ago, and this is one of them that was in the double pack. Still good though. I haven't had it open for that long, so this is a definite keep. Then we have the Chanel Le Volume de Chanel mascara. This is old, unfortunately, so it needs to be thrown away. But I got this, I want to say I got this last year during Nordstrom's Mascara Madness, I think is what they call it, where you buy 2 full-size mascaras and you get one for free. This was one of the ones that I bought, and I actually like this, but I can't tell you that I think it's worth, I think this is like around $40 or something. I mean, it's beautiful. Packaging is beautiful. I love the little Chanel thing, and it's good, but I wouldn't buy it unless it was like on some kind of deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. And then the last two are from Dior. So I was really disappointed in this, to be honest, especially this Dior Show mascara. I have tried and tried and tried and tried to make this work for me. And first of all, the brush is gigantic. I don't know if you can tell, but this just does not do anything for my lashes. Every time I use it, it pains me because this was not a cheap mascara and I just don't like it. The formula is very thick. I've tried adding eye drops to it, and I mean, it helps, but I don't know. I don't enjoy using it, and it's been open for a long time anyway, so I am gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. I would not repurchase it. And then this is okay. It's the Dior Show primer, the 3D primer. This is Like I said, it's decent, but I don't know. I don't think I would buy this again either, to be honest. I don't know that it does enough for me to want to repurchase it. I also don't love this wand. The teeth around it, I don't know if you can tell, but they kind of wind around the brush. I don't know. Something about these Dior mascara and primer I'm not a huge fan of, so I am sadly going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I'm the worst at getting rid of mascaras, so I'm glad that I finally went through these. Last in here are my eyeliners, so we're going to go ahead and go through these. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury, gosh, now I can't remember what this is called, but it's the, let's see, Magic Liner Duo in Green Lights. So you get a matte green on one side and a metallic green on the other side. This is a definite keep. I love green and I really like green eyeliners, especially on green or hazel eyes. These came in a bunch of different colors. So that is the matte dark green, and then the metallic is a little more of a mossy green, but these are so nice. I love this so much. So that is a keep. Then I have this from Bobbi Brown. This is her Longwear gel eyeliner in Caviar Ink. So I don't use this very often, but I do want to keep it. I don't have anything else like this, but basically this is a really great way to do a wing liner if you like the look of like a liquid liner. I think the gel is just a little bit easier to use. And it comes in this little pot, and I actually have the Bobbi Brown brush that you use with this. So again, not something I use every day, but I do like it for certain makeup looks, so I am going to keep it. Then I have 3 of the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliners, and I do want to keep these. I'll show you the ones that I have. So I have Demolition, which is just a dark matte brown. I have Rockstar, which is a dark plum purple. So that is it there. I love purple, especially if you have green eyes. And then this one is a really interesting color. It's called Alkaline, and it's kind of a wine color right there. Oh, it's so pretty though. These are great. I love these a lot. So these are all definite keeps. Then I have this one from Rimmel. This is the Extreme Lasting Waterproof Eyeliner, and this is the nude one. I got this to try out the nude liner in the waterline kind of look, but this does not work for me. When I use this, I feel like it just collects at my lash line when I blink, and it just looks really weird and clumpy. So yeah, I like it when I see it on other people, but I can't seem to get this one to work for me, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Then I have a few, I almost said lip liners, a few eyeliners from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk eyeliner. So this is kind of similar to Alkaline from Urban Decay. It's that really pretty kind of a wine berry color. And I love Charlotte Tilbury eyeliner, so I do want to keep it. And then this is the Rock and Kohl Iconic Liquid Liner in Barbarella Brown. So this one kind of looks like liquid liner, but it's not. It's in a pencil form. This is actually good in the waterline, and I do want to keep both of those. Next, we have one of the Highliner gel eyeliners from Marc Jacobs in the shade Brown Out. I haven't used this in a long time, but this is a brown that has a little bit of golden shimmer in it. So that's it right there. It's really pretty. It's kind of more of a bronze, and I like it because it's a twist up, which is really nice. Sometimes I just don't want to sharpen it. So this I'm going to keep. Sadly, you can't get these anymore. I'm not sure what's going on with Marc Jacobs. Hopefully they're going to come back at some point, but I will go ahead and keep that one for now. Okay, then I have two liquid liners in black. I don't use either of these, like hardly ever. And I definitely don't need both of them. So I have the Stila Stay All Day in black. And then I have the Benefit Roller Liner. Every time I've tried to use this Benefit one, I have a very hard time with it. So I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this one or if I want to keep the Stila one. I think the Stila one is old though. That's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to keep this roller liner. Like I said, I don't use it very much, but this is definitely newer than this. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Stila one and keep the roller liner just so I have one in case I want to use it for a video or something. And then we have this pencil. I think I got this in a set with the Bad Gal Bang mascara. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang 24-hour eye pencil in black. Let's see. So that is it right there. Gosh, I'm torn about this too. I really don't know. I might have used this like one time, but it's just, I reach for the same eyeliners over and over and over and over and over, but I don't have a black. Well, I have two black eye pencils. I have that one, and then I have this Milk Longwear gel eyeliner in the shade Boss, which is their black. So this one, I think these have been discontinued. I got this at, I think I got it at Marshall's a long time ago, but I actually do really like this one. Sadly, I'm pretty sure they discontinued these, but I like this. I used to put this in my waterline, and I feel like this stayed pretty well. So I think I might keep the Milk one and pass on the Benefit one because I just don't need two black eyeliners because I hardly ever use them. And then I have this. This is from Koki. It's the Velvet Smooth Eyeliner in the shade Chocolate. This is pretty good actually for a drugstore liner. It's really creamy, and I agree it's a very velvety finish. I don't have many drugstore liners, so that one I do want to keep. And then lastly, I have two eyeliners from MAC, and both of them I have the same issue. So this is the Kohl in Costa Riche. I used this a ton. As you can see, it's pretty small. The cap broke. I don't know if I was putting the cap on like too hard and pushing it down too far, because now the cap is broken and it smushed the pencil. So I don't even know. I guess, I mean, it still works. I guess I can keep it. I just hate that I broke the cap. And then I bought a new one in the shade Teddy, and this one is cracking too. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or maybe other people have this issue. But I really like both of these. Teddy is more of a bronze, kind of a metallic bronze. Costa Riche is more of just a warm matte brown. And I am going to keep them because I like them, but if you have had this happen to your eyeliner, let me know in the comments, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because it's happened with both of my MAC liners, but I will keep these. And that is it, you guys. This is totally empty, so I'm going to go back and put everything away at the end, but now we're going to move on to my powders. Alright, so we're going to go through my setting powders now. So I keep them in this little clear container, also from IKEA. But we're going to go through these quickly. I'm probably not going to get rid of many of these, to be honest, but I'm going through my whole collection before the beginning of the year. So first is the Bite Beauty Changemaker powder. I wear the shade Light number 2. This I really like. This has been on sale at Sephora for a really long time. It's making me really nervous. I hope this is not being discontinued, along with the foundation. The foundation's been on sale as well. This is really nice. It kind of reminds me of the, what is it called? The Bare Minerals Pressed Mineral Veil. It's kind of similar to that, just in terms of consistency and how it looks on my face. This is also a really great color for me. It's kind of more of a neutral to slightly warm undertone, and it matches me really well. So this, definite keep. Ooh, okay, a new favorite I discovered this year is the number 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Finishing Powder, and I actually use the shade Light Medium. So this is the second to lightest shade. Everybody loves this, and I now understand why, for good reason. This is the most finely milled, truly blurring powder. I like this all over my face and under my eyes as well. This is phenomenal. I cannot say enough good things about this. If you have not tried this, what are you doing? Go to Target and try this out. I guarantee you, you will love it. So that one is an obvious keep. Then we have Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Loose Setting and Baking Powder in the shade Cupcake. I've used this a few times in videos. So this powder is interesting packaging. It has like a netting right here, and this is actually a pretty pink toned color. So I like this because the pinky tone kind of counteracts darkness under the eyes. I don't necessarily bake with this. I do apply it under my eyes and sometimes slightly around my face, but I don't apply a lot of it. But I do like it. I don't use this all the time, but I like it. The only thing I don't love about this is the smell. It has a very florally smell. If you've smelled Huda Beauty products, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, I really like this and definitely want to keep it. I kind of want to get a different color at some point, maybe one that's a little more neutral and not as pink, but that one is really nice. Then we have this. This is the Ilia Soft Focused, what is this? Fade Into You Soft Focused Finishing Powder. This I got because I saw Stephanie SML XO here on YouTube. She used to talk about this all the time. And this, I don't know that I've ever tried a powder that is as fine and silky as this. It's very, very thin, and it is white, but I don't really notice a white cast with it. And it's nice. I would definitely say this is more so to finish your makeup off, not necessarily set it because it's so thin, but I still really like it. It kind of reminds me of Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, but the loose version, if you're familiar with that. That's what this reminds me of, but definitely want to keep it. Next, we have this from One Size Beauty. This is the Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation in the shade Light Number 2 Neutral. I like this a lot. Definitely want to keep it. So I bought this because of Kellyanne on Instagram. She uses this kind of as an all-over finishing, kind of a cleanup powder. It is supposed to be a powder foundation, but you can also use it like with a damp beauty sponge and it kind of airbrushes your face, if that makes sense. And it does add a little bit of coverage because it is a powder foundation. So yeah, that I really like, and I do want to keep it. Then we have the Dior Face and Body Powder No Powder in the shade Zero Neutral. I should not have bought this in Zero Neutral. I don't know why I did this because I don't love this on my face as like a setting powder. It's too light, but I do like this as an under eye finishing powder, so that's what I'm going to use it for. I think this is a really pretty powder, really nice, very smoothing, very lightweight. And I wish I had gotten one shade lighter, or one shade darker, I mean, so I could use it all over my face, but I do want to keep it, and I'll use it as an under eye powder. Then we have the powder I was talking about earlier, the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil in the shade Sheer Light. So this one came out this year. This is the pressed version of the original Mineral Veil, and it came out in, I think, 5 shades. This one is Sheer Light. It also comes with a little powder puff, and like I said earlier, this kind of reminds me of the Bite powder. But this has been one of my favorite powder discoveries from this year. So that is a definite keep. Then we have this from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Diffused Light. So this is one of their original shades in their ambient powders. It's kind of a light yellow tone, so it's made to kind of brighten up, especially under your eyes, but also just in the center of your face. I kind of go through phases with this where I use it a ton and then I don't use it for a while. I'm kind of out of the phase of using it right now, but I do like it. It's a beautiful, glowy, finishing powder. Definitely not a setting powder. It's more just to finish off your makeup, but I do like it. Do want to keep it. As well as this. This used to be one of my favorite things in my makeup collection. This is the Ambient Lighting palette. This is the original one from Hourglass. I have used mine quite a bit, as you can see. They have a little bit of hard pan, so you get 3 shades in here. You get dim light, incandescent light, and then radiant light. Usually when I use this, I just kind of mix them all together and use it. This is super old, but I love this. Like I said, I kind of go through phases with my Hourglass powders, but definitely a good one. Yeah, I do want to keep it. All right, this next one I'm kind of torn about. This is the mini Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in the Glow version. I think this exact version you can't even buy anymore. I think, didn't they just come out with like a new version of this or something in shades? This honestly just kind of reminds me of a loose highlighter, and I very rarely use loose highlighters, and I don't really use glowy powders other than like the Hourglass powders, but this one is more of like a glittery powder. I feel like I'm not going to use this. If I keep it, I feel like it's just going to sit and I'm never going to use it, so I think I am going to get rid of that one. This next one may be an unpopular opinion. So this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder, and I have 2 of them. I have the shade Fair and the shade Light. You guys, I don't like this powder. Every time I use it, it looks dry on my face, and I just don't like it. I do not like it. I actually have yet to find a drugstore powder besides the number 7 that I really like. I mean, I feel like a lot of people really like this, but I don't know. Every time I use it, I feel like it makes my face look dry and crusty. And that is not the look that I'm going for. This one is Fair, which is there. Really, this is too light for my face. I could really only use this under my eyes. And again, if it looks dry on my face, it's definitely gonna look dry under my eyes. And I already have powders that I like a lot more for under my eyes. So sadly, those I'm gonna get rid of. Then we have the MAC Studio Fix. This is the powder foundation. Actually, I started using this earlier this year. I wear NC25 in this, and this I love. This is a definite keep. One of my favorite powder foundations I've ever tried, besides my Bare Minerals. So this is a definite keep. Also from MAC, the Mineralized Skin Finish Powder in the shade Light Plus. This is really, really pretty, really lightweight and thin, and honestly a really smoothing powder. I feel like this never looks powdery on my skin when I use it. I use the shade Light Plus, and I really like it. That one is a keep. Then we have the Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder in the shade Light, which looks like this. This is a white powder, and oh my goodness, I wish you could feel this through the camera. If you're ever in Sephora and they sell Pat McGrath there and you see this powder, just try it out and see how smooth and thin it is. It's really, really, really crazy, but this is great. I love this so much. Definitely want to keep it. Next, I have a few from Fenty. So this is actually the Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation from Fenty. Randomly, not a long time ago, but a few months ago, I found this at Marshall's. This was the first time I had ever seen anything Fenty at Marshall's, and it happened to be a shade that worked for me, but honestly, I've only used this once, and I can't really remember how I felt about it. I mean, it feels nice. Like when I swatch it on my hand, it feels really good. It kind of reminds me of the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation, but I feel like I do want to keep this and I need to use it in a video or something. But let me know if you've tried this, what your thoughts are. But I am going to keep it for now. And also from Fenty Beauty is a little mini of the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. So this is the shade Butter, which is more of a yellow toned powder. It comes with this little puff. It's kind of messy, but it kind of reminds me of the Huda Easy Bake powder. This one is just more of a yellow color. Not something I use all the time, but when I do like super glammy kind of makeups, I pull out powders like this. So I am going to keep this one from Fenty. Next is this one from Milk. This is the Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. I'm torn with this one. Not because I don't like it. I actually like this powder a good bit, but I don't know what's going on with this. I can't even find this ever to link it online, so I guess it's been discontinued. I don't really know. This one has that little net in it, kind of like the Huda powder. This one is really nice though because it has this cover that like snaps down. Yeah, I like this powder actually. This is the shade Light. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it because I like it. I'd always feel bad if I use it because I can't find it anywhere to link it for you, but it's a nice powder. I do want to keep it. Okay, here's one that I go back and forth with. This is Essence, the Brighten Up Banana Powder. I feel like this used to be really popular years ago. There it is. So it's a light yellow toned powder. This one though actually feels really good. I haven't used this in a long time, but it's very thin, very smoothing. I think I'm gonna hold on to this one for now. It's been a long time since I've used mine, but I used to use it and I liked it. This was kind of around the time when the Anastasia banana powder was blowing up everywhere, all over the internet. I think that's when this kind of became popular because it was a dupe for it. But I am gonna keep mine for now. And then the last one, kind of torn about this one. This is from Neutrogena. It's the Color Correcting Compact from the Clear Coverage line that came out earlier this year. This has niacinamide in it, so this is interesting. It's obviously a yellow and green toned powder, and it's supposed to color correct, but honestly, I don't see any color correction when I use this. It's not bad. I just don't feel like I'm gonna use it if I keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I just don't think it's worth keeping or anything I'm gonna reach for. I love the CC cream from this line and the correctors, but the powder, I don't know. There's nothing I think I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. And that is it for powders. Actually, I do have two more powders. I forgot. They're in my everyday drawer. I'll go through them quickly. They're both obvious keeps, but we have the Kosas Cloud Set powder in the shade Breezy. One of the best powders I've tried this year for sure. I love this so much. I also really love the packaging. I love Kosas in general, but obviously that is a keep. And then I do have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush powder in the shade Fair. It's actually in my project pan right now, so I'm trying to use this up, but obviously want to keep it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the eyeliners, mascaras, and brow stuff back in here, and then we'll do the powders in a second. Okay, so here are my brow products up here. Mascaras, drugstore, and high-end, and then all of my eyeliners. That looks much better, much better. And then over here, put all my powders back in here that I'm keeping. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and there may be one more declutter coming in the next day or so, we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for more videos from me. Follow me on Instagram at simply.blair, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, simply be you. Bye.